Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A woman's game can be giving just enough sex. Yeah, I had to write that one down. But let me, one of the things I want to start doing is giving men, start doing again is giving men some defensive game, because I'm seeing a lot of guys out here getting straight played. And one of the ways a woman will play a man is actually giving him just enough sex, rationing sex off. And if it's a man with limited sexual experience, which is a lot of men, anytime the average amount of women a man will sleep with in his lifetime without paying for it, like paying a hooker or something, is like 8. There's been studies corroborating this, and considering that most studies are self-reported, if these guys are being honest, and you know how men are about that. If they saying 8 or something, that's a problem. That's a problem. So you get a lot of men, they're not really getting it, so they don't really realize they're getting straight played. Because what'll happen is this, okay, people know me for talking about select and non-select, but I also said select men will get sex, but they won't get the best from women. And also, you get a lot of women who will use those men for money or whatever else that man provides. Especially, it could be in some poor areas or something, and that woman needs, she needs some Cheetos or something. Or some food or something. She said, oh, okay, I'll let this guy fill me up. Or she need to buy some shoes or something for her kids or something, and this guy keep coming around. So, she might let him suck her breastises or something like that. Or she need her rent paid or something like that. She'll give a guy some, basically acculturated prostitutes. Or as the Honorable Pimp God would call them, acceptable hoes. And then that's just one level. You get a lot of women, they not really feeling the man as select. They don't have any lust for him, but for whatever reason, they want to be in a relationship. They want to be seen with a guy. So they'll deal with him, but they not really turned on strongly by him. And I say strongly, there's always a minimum they had to be turned on to have sex with him. But they ain't turned, it ain't that fall down stuff. It's like, I don't know, basically he's a walking dildo. They just gotta have it. And even then they're gonna limit it with him. And see, the guy, he don't know that. He might not have the experience, so he feel like, oh, he's the man, even though this woman is at best giving him, sex once a week, and she refuses to give him any head. Refuses. She looks at him, she looks at him like he said something disgusting. Meanwhile, Mr. Goodbar, she can't stay off of him. She props a pillow under her head for him. But that's another conversation. But that's a game they'll use. They realize most men are chasing, so they looking at that man and say, okay, he ain't fine like that, so there's no lust. All right, what that man got? Oh, he's driving a nice car. Oh, he look like he making a little bit of money. Let me see how I can milk him. Like, I'm gonna tell you what. Sometimes before they even get to the sex part, she'll say, oh, I gotta get to know you. We gotta go out. And she got a list of restaurants and everything to go to. Or, women be going on these foodie call dates. She just want a free meal. She want a free meal or something. And what the real players among women realize, they say, okay, I gotta keep this going. So I give them just enough. And it depends on what the man will accept. Now, see, some men will accept it. Some women, if they can get away without giving them anything, they'll do it. But you got a man with a little bit of game, just a tiny bit of game, he realized, wait a minute, you gotta be giving me something. The woman be like, oh, snap, this meal ticket might stop. So she'll give him just enough. She'll have some sex with him. She'll moan at appropriate places and stuff, smile when he's looking at her. But when his head is buried in a pillow, she's looking up at the ceiling. Or she doing her grocery list. You know, he like, yeah, girl, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. She's like, oh yeah, daddy. Yeah, I gotta get some asparagus, some extra milk. Let me make some biscuits for my family coming over. I mean, they be doing whatever. Like, if they real smart, like an accountant or something, might be doing their taxes in their head or something like that. But just enough, because they realize, okay, they got that carrot. They need that man for something. And it's basically, I would call it just sex trading. And that's unfortunate, but that's the reality for many men. And they don't know any better. They don't know any better. They think it's normal that they got to do all this stuff for the woman. And, you know, she holds that carrot out. And it might be, shoot, even sometimes giving them a blowjob. It might be that type of woman give the man a blowjob once a year on his birthday or something. Like, that happens with a lot of married couples. The woman is like sitting back and, you know, she just wanted that status of marriage and a decent looking child. She got all that, all of a sudden everything cuts off, dries off. She's like, well, I'm doing this or that. But if she's one of those married women who's cheating, oh, she's doing some nasty things with some young boy. Might be a young boy in the neighborhood. But that's the game. They use that carrot. The man's chasing so much that she'll say, okay, all right, he's a mark. He's a trick. You know, let me get money out of him. Or it could be something else. You know, it could be a woman living in some low-income building or something, and you know what, she needs a little bit of a break on her rent or something, or something. And you know, she might, the housing property manager or something, she might say, you know, get real friendly to him or something, give him some head or something, and then he, you know, make it so he looks the other way for certain things. And it depends. Or it could be he's a private landlord or something, she living in his house. He owns a house or something, and you know, she notices that his eyes are lingering on her big old butt dunk a little bit more than it really should in a professional environment. So she get real friendly and stuff. All of a sudden, she's either living rent free or at a reduced rent, and she's getting away with a lot of stuff. Oh, that happens. Because I'm gonna tell you what, women can talk trash about men trying to learn game and everything, but please, the game they run on some men, especially for money. Look, this is why I always say, I've just told men, don't lead with your wallet. Do not lead with your wallet, because that's the main way women will pay. And I know some women now. I know I'm still cool with some women now. They might even see this video. They like, don't do it. If you see these women publicly, they look like, you know, those sweet type of women, but you find out what they do behind closed doors and how they straight playing some men. Oh, it's scary. You look at the women, they don't look like thoughts or anything like that, but they give the man just enough, you know, just to keep him coming back. And he think he doing something. I'm like, well, dude, you know, like a man who's had sex with, a minimum 20 women. I'm saying a minimum, this is how easy, a minimum 20 women, which is still more than most of the male population. They realize, oh, wait a minute, hold up. She doing all this, but these other women doing this. Oh, okay. And sometimes a man with a high count might deal with that woman just for like shits and giggles. Because he knows she running the game, and he might let her think she getting over, but then if she look up, she realize he playing her. But that's another conversation. But understand that, like, especially if you generally non-select, or I'm gonna tell you what, be cold-blooded. If that woman's like very attractive, and all of a sudden you know you weren't getting play from women like that, oh yeah, look for that game. Look for that game. If she's like that type, look like she could do better, and you know the dude might think he doing something, but I'm like, oh yeah, how's your bank account looking? How's your bank account looking? Like I've seen that. Oh man, I remember I was working in this store. It was a store that sold African clothing and sculptures and stuff. And this real fine woman came in with this older guy, and you know, he didn't look play or anything like that. And she wasn't even, I mean, yeah, she was fine. She was like jive, like low key flirting with me. And I was just like, come on now. This guy don't look that bad. Don't mess with him like that. And she was But he even was proud of saying how much money he spent on it. I was just like, damn. So they be running it. They be running. Be careful of that shit. I'm gonna tell you what. Here's a general thing. If you notice that the sex with her is infrequent, or she come up with excuses, or you seemingly have to work very hard for it, she ain't feeling it. Because when a woman is lusting a man, oh, she'll want it more than he does. He has to be the one to say, hold up, baby, let me chill out. I just really want to watch the game. And if she really lusting him, she the type to probably get on her knees while he trying to watch the game and stuff and just give him head. If she's lusting. But see, a lot of guys ain't experiencing that type of lust. And basically, if a woman ain't really lusting you like that, oh, it's other reasons she wants you. And the best scenario in that case is she generally likes you as a person. She wants to be in a relationship. And for whatever reason, it's hard for her to get anybody else. But she's still not that turned on by you. And if I'm saying that's the best scenario, everything else is like jacked up. But peep that game, all right? So anyway, that's all I got for now. I want y'all to think about what I said and carry on. Peace and blessings.